All right, people, it's now time for player ratings. Just lost 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, and well,
a special one.
Got a special one. Got Lee and Robbie with me. We saw Aaron Ramsdale's dad as we walked out, so who wants to give it?
You know what, right? Off camera, and I'm glad you guys can't see it, yeah? Julian's there doing a load of yoga poses. Now, I don't know what's going on.
I still do.
What are you doing? He's got a problem with his sciatic nerves, so he's doing a load of yoga poses on the...
I'll tell you what, he gets on our nerves, you know what I mean?
Don't see us stretching, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, yeah, let's get into this.
Let's get into it. So who wants to start with Aaron Ramsdale's dad? Oh, not dad, sorry, Aaron Ramsdale.
Aaron Ramsdale.
10 out of 10. No, I thought he'd done all right today. He was one of our better players, if I'll be honest, and his dad told me to give him 7.5, so I'm going to give him 7.
His dad was having a go at me for giving him 6.5.
Yeah.
All right, and I don't give halves.
Yeah, don't be halves.
Right, but yeah, you know what? He wasn't at fault today. You were saying, did he get down quick enough for the goal? But I don't know. No, I think it was a good finish. Finished by Forest, by Annie.
He didn't have a lot to do, did he? He really didn't have a lot to do.
No, one shot on target and one goal.
He didn't have nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do apart from pick the ball out the back of the net. That is a Premier League sometimes. And so, yes, 7.
7.
Yeah, 7 as well, yeah.
7
for a defeat.
I like Aaron.
I like Aaron.
We just saw his dad, it's 7.
Yeah, 7, and he lives by me as well. Like
All right, let's go to. Listen, I was going to go Ben White, right? But where do we go here? I don't know. Do we go Ben White?
Know the formation,
yeah, let's go Ben White. It's normally him over there. What do you give?
Like, listen, I'm a massive fan of Ben White, but the last few games he's been absolutely shocking, like, you know. And I think I heard him mention Dubai 4 times when he was playing instead of picking up. But yeah, disappointing. 4 out of 10 for me. That's the worst game. I think he's been poor the last 2 games. But listen, he's entitled to have a couple of bad games. But 4 today for me.
I can't argue with that, man. I thought it was. But then where was he playing? You know what I mean? He wasn't even playing as a right back, from what I could see. I don't know where he was playing. I think it's a bit of the fault of the manager. Where are you playing him? He was playing centre half. He was playing all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, but 4.
4. Okay, let's go into centre back. Let's go to Gabriel Magalhaes.
I thought probably Arsenal's best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
In that, all right, for the goal, I thought he got that. Well, I got that for the goal, but apart from that, he won every header. He won every physical battle. He was good. He was good apart from the goal.
Wanyi had. To be fair, the battle was a good battle between him and
He's up against, and he's a very physical guy, and he was good. He was good. I mean, with the goal, listen, it's a mistake's been made in midfield, and then you're up against it when you got, in that situation. But I'd probably give him a 6. Yeah, a 6, because I thought, what they tried to do, they tried to be really physical. There was long throws every time, and he dealt with every single bit of it. But
6? Are you going to up or down?
I'd have probably gone to 7, if I'll be honest, because I did think he done everything.
It's not high rating.
No, but he was.
It's the defence we're talking
Don't
about.
worry, with others that ain't going to get that. But the
rest ain't going to get 7 between them.
But I thought he was, honestly, in football they say win your battles. Yeah. He won his. Fair. What I mean? Apart from the goal, I'd have to look at it again. He looked like he tried to get across there. It's a good finish, but he shouldn't have been put in that situation. You know what I mean?
All right, let's go.
I think he was physically up for the game, and if I'll be really honest, he was the one player I felt that wasn't
on the beach.
On the beach or not on par.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Yeah, he was good.
Let's go to Jakub Kiwior. What's 3? I need some numbers.
I'm going to go 3.
Bloody hell, okay.
I'm going to question him over the last couple of games. Physical, the going gets tough, and he ain't up for it. You've got to be physically strong in this league and defensively, and I think he was found wanting.
Anything to say to him that I know he's been thrown in because he's got to play, but in a completely different system. He hasn't really played too much.
Yeah, and I'll give sympathy for that. But at the end of the day, he's playing for Arsenal and he's in the first team, and you've got to be up for it, and he wasn't, and that's as simple as that,
Yeah,
3.
I felt today that again I didn't know where he's playing.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? I almost felt a bit sorry for him. What was he playing? Was he playing left back? Was he playing? You know what I mean? When he's not good enough. He's a centre back, and he didn't look comfortable in the positions that he was playing. Yeah. And then he just got the ball and slowed it down when we needed to move the ball quickly.
Do you agree with 3?
Yeah, probably. I think 4 I would have given him. I probably have given him a 4.
3.5. Let's go into. I want to go into the midfield, but I suppose Xhaka did play left back in time, so I don't bloody know.
What was that all about?
Granit Xhaka.
Why was he playing left back? You know what I mean? We did that last year, it didn't work. Yeah. Remember, when we put him into left back last year, it didn't work. You got Kieran Tierney sitting there on the bench. I did not get it. This quest for the inverted. You know what I mean? That's what we should call it, the quest for the inverted. You know what I mean? And subsequently, he had a really poor game because, you know what I mean, he looked out of sorts. I'll probably give him a 4 as well. 4,
it's just your guy, Granit Xhaka there.
Well, listen, I think he's been outstanding this season. And the myth today is you took him out and put him left back. He's been our best midfield player consistently over the season. From start to finish, he's been our best midfield player. So you take him out of that position and put him in left back when you've got a left back. It's beyond me. I've got to say that. And this is not hindsight, by the way. We were saying it before the game. Yeah. But for me, he got took off today. I didn't know he was playing. How many times you said that about Granit Xhaka? I didn't even know he was playing. I thought he was at Bayer Leverkusen already, So poor. 4 out of 10, and that pains me because he doesn't deserve that sort of mark. But he didn't do nothing.
I'm going to come back
to front under the bus.
Front under the bus. I'm going to come back to you, Lee, for Thomas Partey. Well, it's been up and down throughout. Well, he's been up for the majority of the half of the first half of the season. Sorry, but then has been tailing off. Ended up playing all over the place there. I saw him in right back quite a lot. But Thomas Partey, Lee.
Well, I don't know where he was playing, neither, if I'll be honest. I know that sun got in my eyes a few times, but maybe I got sunstroke at the end. But I thought he was playing right back. Then he was coming. I don't know. It was a mess, and his performance was not poor. You know what I mean? But it just weren't good neither, And this is Thomas Partey just dominated. Him and Xhaka have, by the way, have dominated midfields up and down this country, and for some unknown reason they're not playing now. And I don't understand why. I think he was playing. Was he inverted right back? I don't even know what that is nowadays. But 4 out of 10 again. I thought he was poor.
I can't disagree with that. And again, a bit like another player kind of thrown under the bus a bit. That's what position was he playing? I don't know where. I couldn't understand it. It was at right back. He hasn't got the pace to play as a right back. You know what I mean? It was absolute shambles. You know what I mean? And I agree with that, Lee. Poor.
Okay, 4. I think.
4. He wasn't that poor. He wasn't particularly bad, but he didn't create anything.
He's playing right.
Because he's not in a position to create.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'll come back to you, Robbie. Let's go further into the midfield. Let's go to Jorginho.
Yeah, I thought. Listen, he had a lot of energy. He had a lot of the ball as well.
He did have a lot
you know
of
what I mean?
too.
But he had a shot. One of the few people who had a shot. I think he was one of the better players in that midfield. He was trying to make things happen. I think there was not a lot of movement in front of him, you know what I mean, for him to be able to even break lines and stuff like that. So I'd probably give him a 6.
6?
Yeah, a 5 or a 6 because he was the only one in midfield. You know what I mean? I don't know where everybody else was around him. I don't know, he was the only one actually that played his normal position. And I'll tell you what, I didn't think he was great today, but he tried. He worked hard. I would never question his work rate and desire today, but just not quite at it. 5, maybe 6, Go on, I'll go with a 6.
All right, let's go to a man, you said Jorginho's playing his position, but let's go to Martin Odegaard, Lee. A man, he probably got frustrated today. He's supposed to be the creator, the technical player to find the slip-through balls, but today...
Well, he done a couple of good things in the first half, faded. I don't really know what he was doing after time as well, give away the goal with a bad pass and all that. But listen, he's entitled to, have a bad off day every now and then, and... I watched him at Newcastle and I thought he was absolutely outstanding that day, and I said so. But last couple of games he's been poor, and today, 4 for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, lucky. I think maybe lucky with a 4. I think, that was a bad error for the goal. I don't know if you've seen it back.
Yeah.
It was a really, really poor. He just didn't look on it today. He looked off it. He looked off it last week. He's been now driving for. He's been one of our best players this season. He's been incredible. But today and last week, I felt. Remember when I was saying certain players they've dropped a few percent.
Yeah.
He's one of them. And again, maybe he shouldn't have started today. Maybe it should have been, maybe a Fabio Vieira or somebody like that. Maybe that's when I say.
If you saw that overall, be honest.
No, I said from last week. Remember I said last week. You remember, right?
You want to see some.
I said I'd make quite a few changes in this game. because, you know, I just think, you know, number one, give some of them players a chance. And number two, I can just see there's certain players like Ben White, Odegaard, they're flagging a bit. Saka, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'll go. Listen, he's been our captain, he's been outstanding. Like Lee said, he deserves, you know, I can't give him a 3, you're right, 4.
Okay, let's come straight back to you because you said people have, you know, been dropping in percent. Bukayo Saka for you today, Robbie.
Yeah, listen, if anything was going to happen today, it looked like it might happen on that side. He always got the ball, tried to do something.
The players seemed like they wanted, they kept giving it to him like, please do something, Saka.
Yeah, I mean, they marked him very well. They took him out with a couple of fouls. But, but again, it's not the Saka that we saw, you know, say 3-4 weeks ago. You know what I mean? He's had to play every single game. We've had to depend on him so much this season. And this is what we've got to look at in the summer. Right, we've got to have that ability like what City have got to rotate. And I don't just mean rotate when somebody's injured. I mean rotate when you can see somebody needs a little rest to refresh up and then bring him back in. That's what they're able to do. That's what they're able to say. Bernardo Silva, take a rest. Mahrez is coming in for 3 games. Foden, you're in for the next. I mean, that's what they can do. We can't. We've had to play Saka literally every minute of every game, right? And you see today, he's kind of caught up with him. So I'll probably give him a 5 for today. I don't think he was the worst player on the pitch. As I said, if there was going to be anything, it was going to come from that side. But nothing really came from that side.
A 5 is average. Would you agree with that?
Well, I'll probably go 4 today. I'm going to be really honest with you with Saka. Obviously, again, a massive fan. He's had a fantastic season. I've been very, very disappointed in him since the penalty miss at West Ham. I don't think he's tried to redeem himself with that, like, you know.
He's needed a wrestling.
Yeah, and he has looked a bit jaded and all that, like, you know. And I'm going to be honest, if he comes back and plays for England and plays back really well, because he's had a couple of weeks rest, I'll be even more annoyed. I just think that he's just not been quite there.
Basically, we flogged him, innit? You know what I mean? Because we've got no one else to really put in, and that's the, you know, that's the truth of the matter, and that's where we got to strengthen next season.
Yeah, and the thing is today, look again. I'm not going to question his desire, hunger. I thought he tried today. Every time he didn't get round the full-back once because he just hasn't got that little burst that he had 5-6 weeks ago, and disappointing. But you know, as you said, he's just run out of steam.
Okay, let's go into our striker. Our number 9 today, he had a big battle. Some say he didn't hold up the ball well at all today. Gabriel Jesus.
Well, look, listen, I love him, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. The first few games he come back on adrenaline, and then once that kicks out, you have to have what you've got, and he's just not quite ready yet. Like, and the work rate's
big
there.
Statement there, Lee. He's not ready. He's not what he says.
I just think like his work rate's not there. He can't get away from players as much as he did in the beginning of the season because of that injury. I just think that it's took its toll on him a little bit. Listen, he's done fantastically well to come back, but he's one of those players I also think that maybe should have just been. He's back in, like, you know, substitute positions here and there, like, you know. But listen, you know, he's been out for 3.5-4 months, so you can't really go on it too much. But today, I overpowered on you know, by 2 big central defenders. Found it difficult.
What score?
4.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Didn't hold the ball up at all. Something that he's normally good at, but he just didn't hold the ball. You know what I mean? The ball didn't stick to him. You know what I mean? And started getting really frustrated as well with proceedings, and yeah, it wasn't a good game for him at all.
Okay, 4. Let's go into Trossard quickly, Robbie.
Shocker.
Okay, now I got hit with a few breaths there. Trossard.
He had a shocker. He had a shocker today. You know what I mean? He had zero impact on the game, did he?
Yeah, I mean,
zero impact on the game.
Yeah, there was moments I didn't even really forgot he was playing.
Oh, for worst player on the pitch, like, you know,
wow.
I've got to say that, like, he was like the beer at half time, warm, you know what I mean, and not productive enough.
He had a beer at half time. Thanks for bringing me one.
Yeah, well, like, you know, someone bought me a beer, it was warm, and it was like his performance today, like, you know, not good enough. Not good enough. I just thought he was awful. I think, to be honest, he was awful against Brighton. You know, and he kept his place, and this is why I go back to the manager. Like, you know what I mean? As bad as he kept his place, but
Martinelli is out though.
Martinelli's out, and
I
I said this the other day, right? If Reece Nelson would have been fit, I would have started him, right? But obviously he wasn't even on the bench.
Could have played Eddie.
Could have played Eddie, and you know, Eddie looked much more livelier than him when he came on. But yeah, he looked so off the pace as well. Yeah,
I can't say that.
I think that's a 3
I was going to say, I need a score of 3, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's generous. You know, I mean,
You're probably right. Yeah.
3. I would have gone 2-3. I thought he was, you know.
You better not know his dad.
His dad's in Belgium, so I'm safe.
All right, quickly for you, any of you boys, anything did they impact the game too much for 3 today?
Nah, not really. Yeah, the referee. Listen, I think he allowed it to be a very physical game, but he was consistent. So you can't really blame the referee for anything. I'll say give the referee a 7.
Okay, well, we'll keep it moving with the referee. Some of the subs that come on didn't really get. I mean, didn't really see so much. Saw Eddie.
They didn't have no time.
Tierney did, and I thought Tierney done well. 6, so when he came 6 of me, I think he done well. He done well when he came on.
Definitely a 6. He looked lively. He put crosses in. Please don't sell this guy, man. I think I like Kieran Tierney.
He's gone. I know. He's gone. After today, he's gone.
It's wrong to sell him. This guy's an asset to this club. We should be keeping Kieran Tierney.
All right, let me go on up on that. Next week, does he start? Would it be sad if he doesn't feature at all next week?
He has to start next week.
Last home game.
If I want to see these experiments next week, man. Serious. I don't want to see that. It was shocking today. It was so disjointed today. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he could actually play Aaron Ramsdale at left back, like, you know, and give him a game in goal. I don't really know. Like, listen, he should have been playing today. Next week he should be playing anyway. Yeah. Ridiculous decision.
Oh well, listen. We've talked about experiments. We're going to ask you about Mikel Arteta's rating today. You know, Robbie, don't take any ideas and put Lee on tactical insight. No experiments from you. But what do you give for Mikel Arteta doing these experiments today? What score?
Most of this season I've been giving him 8, 9s, 10 sometimes, but today he gets a 3. Right, because I think he got it horribly wrong today. I don't know what this formation was. You know what I mean? It was disjointed. It was so bad. You know what I mean? The players didn't look like they knew who was supposed to be playing where. You know what I mean? I know Mikel Arteta likes to try different things, and maybe he's thinking, all right, well it's done, so let me try something new. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the case, but it didn't work. You know what I mean? And we couldn't break down a team that was just in a low block for the whole game. And I felt that, you know, the last 2 games, the performances have not been good enough. You know what I mean? Losing to Brighton, losing to he's not really. Listen, I kind of understand it, right? Yeah. Because we've got nothing to play for really. And we've come up in the last 2 games against teams who've got a lot to play for. Brighton trying to get into Europe, desperate. You saw their manager knee sliding down the touchline. That's how much it meant to them. You saw how much that meant today. They've, you know, that's their Premier League safety of those players. That's the staff at the club's job safe for another year. Yeah. That's the chairman, you know what I mean, guaranteed to get big. That's a huge, huge game for them. Whereas for us, even if we won the game, City go tomorrow, they're playing lowly Chelsea, they get their 3 points, it's 1, right? But I'm disappointed because the formation and everything was wrong today. We've lost away from home, it's another loss. And also, you know what I mean, we've gone out with a whimper at the end. We've pushed City all season, we've been brilliant all season, but I just felt, you know, it's just fizzled out. And I've not liked the way it's just fizzled out over the last couple of games. So for me, that's got to be a 3 today. Yeah,
Lee, just quickly, because do you give a little bit of credit to Mikel that last week the players kind of threw it away? He didn't tamper or experiment last week against Brighton, but this week, is there a bit of credit to say he better do it now when there's nothing to really play for?
Listen, we're talking about today's game. If you're talking about today's game, it's a 2 or a 3. Because at the end of it, you know, it was a mismatch of a team selection. Substitutions last week didn't work. They didn't work again this time. And we was clueless to break them down. That's the disappointing thing. There was no one idea. It was the same thing all the time. Getting it going to the flank, going back. There was no different thing. There was the substitution.
Reminded me of Arsenal a few years ago.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Arsenal a few years ago. Just sideways. Nothing happens.
Yeah. The last 3-4 weeks, month, has been like it was last season, the year before, like, you know, a couple of wins here, a couple of things there, and the team not really performing, him coming out and having a moan and still not getting a reaction. You know, like, for me, I thought it was very, very important that we finished off this season strongly, so we can go into next season. One of my mates made a point is that we finished the season off last season poorly, but we started off strong, so maybe not work to look into that. But I think Mikel needs an holiday as well, needs to top his tan up as well.
Well, last people to give a rating is the fans, and soon we'll be on holiday as well, hopefully, at the end of after the season's done. But what do you give the fans today?
I'm going to give the fans a 10, man. They were brilliant today. You know what I mean? They were still singing, even when we were goal down. They were still getting behind the team. You know what I mean? It was a dreadful game to watch, not just because people on TV wouldn't see this, and this is the sort of things you don't see when you're at home, but the sun, the direct sun was right in the away fans' eyes for the whole game. It was like you could barely see the game. It was really difficult to watch it.
Yeah, Lee got a turn.
Yeah, so well done to the fans for today. You know what I mean? They really stuck behind the team, and the away fans have been brilliant this season. So long way to come, nothing to play for, and they're all in good voice. 10.
I thought Ben White should have joined us. He'd have topped up his team well today, like, you know. So, no, the fans have been fantastic all season. Look, come on, and I don't think the Arsenal fans deserved that performance today. Last away game of the season, didn't deserve that. But listen, never let the team down. They were singing and chanting all the way through it, and yeah, they were fantastic as they have been. And yeah, big up to them. I've got to say that.
Oh, well, that's it. Let us know if you agree.
Just before you go, sorry, right? Just to remind everybody that me and Lee, the Invincible podcast is going to be live on Tuesday. Come down. We're going to be discussing the season and how it went. We're going to be giving our player of the season as well. We're going to be announcing that on the night. We've got loads of guests. Cecil, you're going to be there. Julian will be there.
Loads doing a yoga class, by the
way. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Listen, we know how the season sort of panned out at the end, but we're going to have a lot of fun reminiscing about this season and looking forward to next season as well. So make sure you come down 22nd at the Islington Assembly Hall.
23rd.
See, this is what they're doing to me. 23rd, Tuesday the 23rd at the Islington Assembly Hall. You can get your tickets. The link is in the description. Come and join us. But listen, I'm still proud of this team, man. This has been an amazing season. It's fizzling out, but it's been an amazing season.
Yeah, listen, you know, it has been disappointing, but today's been disappointing. But overall, it's been a very, very good season. It's not been a great season because we've not won nothing, but we've had a fantastic time, some fantastic trips away from home this season.
We have.
But you have to be honest about today. Weren't good enough, and we have to say how it is.
Yeah, and we'll go again next season. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below if you agree with Lee and Robbie's predictions. And like you said, link in the description for the tickets. You'll see us all there. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Don't forget, the Invincible podcast is coming to you live.
It's going to be taking place at the Islington Assembly Hall on Tuesday the 23rd of May. Tickets are available right now. Click the link and get involved now.
Come and join us.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.